Well, it's time now for episode 6 of A Book at Bathtime, and our book at Bathtime is Dusty Passages by Malcolm Throbswell. Throbswell acknowledges being influenced by many great writers, including Lord Melvyn Bragg, whose novel A Time to Dance is the story of a 54-year-old banker who proves irresistibly attractive to an 18-year-old girl. At the time of writing it, Lord Bragg was 54. Please be advised that the following episode contains adult themes, strong sexual references, and the words sausage, nipple, and frozen banana. Chapter 6. Neville, 54, a professor of English with one of the keenest minds in academia, had hugely enjoyed his drive to Bronte country, I still don't know where that is, with one of his brightest students, Katie. They had talked of this and that and laughed like teenagers, which she was and he very much wasn't. Apparently that's fine if you're a writer or something like that and you happen to be 54 and writing a story about a 54-year-old. Katie had really enjoyed learning about his taste in music, instinctively responding to his maturity and sophistication as they listened to Kajagoogoo and Toto Coelho. Neville's lecture on the Brontes had been received with huge enthusiasm because it was excellent, and he had been glad Katie had been there to see it, and how brilliant he was. She'd cried in all the right bits, an unusual experience for him. And now the reception from his lecture was over, and Katie had loved listening to all the people telling Neville how brilliant he was, while he shrugged modestly because he's so great. "Well," said Neville as he waved goodbye to the last stragglers to tell him how excellent he was. "What do we do now, Katie?" Katie looked up at him, her sparkling eyes flashing with excitement to be in his presence. "Why don't we get some air? Maybe take a little walk somewhere? What about a completely deserted moor where absolutely no one could see what we're doing?" "Sure," said Neville. "Sounds great." A quick drive and a sing-along to Yaz later, they found themselves standing on top of the rolling moors of Bronte country. Still no idea where that is, I'm sorry. They walked a little way from the car, the scent of the heather and the discarded lager cans mingling into a pleasing sweetness. Neville thought Katie looked so right here, among the burgeoning shoots of spring, a picture of youth, vitality, the sort of thing that would naturally migrate towards a late middle-aged narcissist with very little going on other than ego and the status automatically conferred on him by age rather than ability. "Have you enjoyed our trip, Katie?" he asked. "Oh, Professor, call me Neville." "Can I call you Nev?" she asked. Neville laughed. How fun this creature was. A mischievous little sprite that he really fancied sprawling on top of for about 90 seconds. They came to a high, lonely bluff. Bronte country was spread out before them, dappled with sunlight and the shadows of little fluffy white clouds as they scudded over. The two of them regarded each other for a moment, and then Katie impulsively took her top off, like their maid Dervla Kirwan do in the TV adaptation of Lord Bragg's A Dance of Time. Her nipples condensed into puckered nuggets of sexual blue tack. "I want you," said Katie, utterly inexplicably. Neville slid down her body and took one of her nipples in his mouth. He came back with it half an hour later. She took him in her mouth, treating it like a frozen banana that urgently needed to be defrosted for a dying monkey. He moaned and groaned like a dying monkey. She mounted him, and they lurched about as their rhythm built. He stuck his tongue in her ear. She dug her heel into his throat, and now they were ferocious, like wild animals. He slapped her haunches while she bit his cheek off. As they reached their spectacular climax, he swallowed his tongue, and she evacuated her bowels with such force that she was lifted several feet into the air. Finally, they sank back into the heather and lager cans, looking out at the sunlit vista. Do you think anyone saw us? Asked Katie. Neville smiled, putting his arm around her. No, Katie, he reassured her. Only Bronte saw us. Wow.